Welcome to the Sports History Makers podcast, the show that connects you with your favorite athletes and their favorite sporting memories. Here are your hosts, Pete Coley and Collingswood Coley.
Welcome to another episode of the Sports History Makers podcast. The World Championship is up on us, and as a matter of fact, it will begin in a few hours. And one of the races that we'll see on the first day of the World Championships is the 100 meters. We'll see the prelim and we'll see the heat. And over the last few years in the 100 meter, we saw Jamaican dominance from 2009 to 2015. During those four championships, we had Johan Blake getting one of the titles and the great man himself, Usain Bolt, taking three of those titles. Since then, we had Justin Gatlin in 2017 and Christian Coleman in 2019. So we see a little trend. We're having American dominance in the 100 meters. And with Fred Curley having the best time going to these championships, what are the likelihood of him taking that title and continuing the American dominance? Fred Curley has a time of 9.76. As a matter of fact, he has the two fastest time in the world so far this year. He ran both of those times in the same day at the American National Championships earlier this year. And with that said, Fred Curley goes into these championships as the favorite to take the title. Some of the guys who might pose a challenge to Fred Curley includes Trevon Bramell, Johan Blake. We have Christian Coleman, the defending champion. He hasn't looked quite himself, but he has run 9.87 this year. And, he is expected to be in the finals. And we know about Christian Coleman. He's a big-time performer. We have the young Jamaican Oblique Civil, who has run 9.86 earlier this year. He has looked comfortable running his 9.86, and he will think that he stands a chance in these championships. But one of the guys that I'm really looking forward to seeing in this 100 meter is Ferdinand Omanyala. The Kenyan had produced some outstanding times so far this year. And one of the things that strike me is that he said that he wants to erase Usain Bolt from the history books. Now, I don't know if this is wishful thinking or, if he really believes within himself that, listen, he has what it takes to be the dominant force in track and field. But he will be someone that we're expecting to see doing well, making it all the way to the finals. Another athlete who has been, a finalist over the last major championships, world championships, Tokyo Olympics, is Akini Simbini, the almost man, the man that finished fourth and fifth almost every time he makes it to the finals. He will want to have a say in this championship. He hasn't quite looked himself, he hasn't gone under 10 seconds this year, but bear in mind his personal best is 9.84. So far this year, he has run a 10.02 in the Diamond League, and he has looked a shadow of himself. Another athlete who has looked a shadow of himself is Andre DeGrasse. But DeGrasse usually performs when it matters most, and DeGrasse usually finds his way to the finals. And in the finals, any game can play. Two of the guys that I think might create an upset, I spoke about him last year at the Tokyo Olympics, well, before the Tokyo Olympics, and he didn't quite deliver at the Tokyo Olympics. But I believe in Benjamin Azamati. The Ghanaian has looked good this year. His 9.90, is no fluke. He has produced consistent times, and that is his personal best. So he has run this personal best this year. So he is in the shape of his life. I'm also really interested to see what the junior athlete Tebongo has up his sleeve. The Botswanan athlete, got a chance to break the world junior record. However, because of things beyond his control, that record is not his, but he now stands a chance. This is a perfect opportunity for him to break the world junior record. He will be competing against big men, top class competition, top class athletes. So in order for him to progress all the way to the finals, he would need to produce his best. And I'm very curious. I'm very interested. I'm looking forward to see what Tebogo will offer at this World Championships in Oregon. So those are just my pick for the World Championships. A lot of athletes will be there. We have the Tokyo Olympic champion in Marcel Jacobs. He will be there. A lot of other athletes would fancy themselves this year. Reese Prescott. I mean, only 8 can make it to the finals. Please share with me your opinion, your picks for the finals. As a matter of fact, if you're brave enough to call your 1, 2, 3, go ahead and do it. Let me hear who you think will make it to the finals and who you think will make it to the podium in this 100 meter.